Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's gonna join us. Let's get over here and see if we're live. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm all greened up. Tried to get the mister to come join us and put some green on, but he's not biting. Go figure. Oh, what's going on with this? Why aren't we connecting? Try again. For whatever reason, my iPad is not cooperating for me to see if we're actually live. Hey, Arlene, I guess we are live. So we have someone joining us here. But that means I can't find us to share with the groups. So I'm not really sure what's happening here. Try one more time. Nope, not going to let me. So I'll have to share with them later. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube, so hopefully everything's working appropriately because I can't see what's happening over in the Facebook world. All right. I'm going to lose these because I can't see with them, but they were cute anyway. We're doing the green today. All right. Today, we are using the Easter Lilies stamp set. Now, the dies for this set happen to be on back order. I bought just the stamp set because Easter will be here before the dies come in stock. It's working for you, good. I think it's just my iPad is not cooperating. It probably needs to be restarted or something. It's just being persnickety for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know. It's not connecting. Connecting to everything else but my group or my business page. So for whatever reason, it's not letting me go there. It's all right. No big deal. Anyway, the dies will not be in until April 15th. Easter's early this year. It's coming the 31st. So a couple of weeks from today will be Easter Sunday. So I wanted to show you that you can use these beautiful stamps without the dies. If you are willing to just, hey, Sue, hold out until the 15th and get your dies, and then you'll have it for next year. Perfect. But for now, you can certainly prick this stamp set up for $24 and still make beautiful cards without the dies. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Real quick, we're just going to switch over to the other view. Paper Pumpkin, we did receive our March kits yesterday. I got my kit. That was in the mailbox yesterday. So now we are in the April subscription period, which is a whole new quarter, April, May, June. And with each quarter, they are releasing dies that will coordinate with that quarter's kits. Oh, hey, Deb, glad you could join. So the die set is available right now. You can purchase if you are a current subscriber. It does ask for your email associated with your subscription, and you can get these 3 little dies. It's this cute, or actually it's 4 dies. You get this little label here, the butterfly shape, and then you get this detailed butterfly, and then you get the thanks die. So it's 4 dies. It's, I want to say like $12. I think, is it on here? It's on here someplace, I'm sure. I purchased mine yesterday when I put my order in, so it will be coming. But anyway, a really nice little die set, and it will coordinate with the April, May, and June kit. The April kit is called Delicate Wings. You have until April 10th now to get in on that kit if you're not a current subscriber already. It will make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. It'll have 9 coordinating envelopes. You'll have pre-cut paper pieces and butterfly designs. Champagne foil images, sentiments, and labels. You'll get coordinating colors will be Lost Lagoon, Moody Mauve, Basic Beige. Ooh, is that a new color coming, maybe? We do have a new catalog coming out because I've never heard Basic Beige before. Basic Gray, and the classic stamp spot will be Basic Gray. It'll also coordinate with Basic Black and Champagne Foil. So, I wonder about that Basic Beige. I just read that. Hey, Barb, glad you could join. I've been stalking Facebook. I didn't get to go to Houston this year for the on stage. But next year, I am planning to go to Raleigh. They will be in Raleigh, North Carolina, and that is my plan to jaunt down there next year at this time for on stage. But that color was not mentioned at on stage. Again, I've been stalking all my fellow demonstrators, but it makes me wonder if there's not a Basic Beige snuck in there somewhere that we didn't hear about, or if they just didn't mention online those who were there. What do you think? Basic Beige. It will be a surprise. Tuesday, demonstrators do get to see the catalog online. Those who did not go to on stage and get their hands on the physical copy of the catalog, the rest of us get to see it online starting Tuesday. So I will report back what I find out. Anyway, and then May's kit will be the best there is. That will make 9 cards also, 3 each of 3 designs. You'll have pre-cut paper accent pieces and labels, wood grain texture, masculine earthy tones. Coordinating colors will be Wild Wheat, Pool Party, Misty Moonlight, which will be your classic Stampin' ink spot. Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, and Basic Beige. Again, there it is again, Basic Beige. That's twice now it's in this little flyer. We'll have to check that out. All right. And then, of course, June is going to be a big surprise because that will feature the new in colors coming out, which I shared the other day from my friend Cindy, who sent me the colors, the new in colors that are coming out, and they sound like they're going to be beautiful from what I could see in the photos. I think they're going to be great colors. All right, let's get to Stampin'. All right, we're going to do 3 cards tonight. Our first card, He is Risen. Second card, we have Peace I Give Unto You. And card number 3, Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Now, of course, these cards could be used for any purpose beyond Easter. Anybody who needs encouragement, anybody that's going through a tough time, these would be perfect cards to give. So these are not just Easter cards. Yes, they're great for Easter because, of course, the Easter lily and the He is Risen, but the other sentiments in here can definitely be stretched for many other opportunities. Maybe a type, I don't know. It could be a typo, Deb, but the fact that they made it twice, I'm thinking there might be another color snuck in there. It might not be an ink color, but a color for like ribbon and stuff. another neutral. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The catalog, like I said, posts Tuesday after 3 o'clock our time. So you can rest assured, I will be all over that, trying to see what's coming and trying to figure out what's going to be leaving and all that good stuff. Me neither, Arlene. Me neither. But the fact that it's there twice, I have to think. I don't know, Sue. It's not a color that I'm familiar with. They are bringing back um pretty pink, or is a new in color. That was an old color that's being resurrected as an in color. Pretty in pink, I think it's called. So I'll be interested to see how that compares to the bubble bath, because I love this bubble bath. They're not calling it a new color, Arlene. They're calling it a returning color as an in color. They're bringing it back as an in color. So it again, it's just making a brief 2-year I don't want to say presentation, but it's making an appearance for 2 years as an in color. But no, they're not calling it a new color. And again, how Stampin' Up! Figures out those in colors is they look at all of the colors that we have, and then they look at where our gaps are, and then they try to fill those gaps in our color families. And that's how our in colors come to be, is they're basically fillers. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, and we'll try to follow along with any questions as they come up, and try to answer them. So card number 1, this one, I do have a card base, and bear with me because I'm missing my Facebook, so I can't see what you're seeing. I'm only seeing what I'm hopefully putting out to the world. But anyway, I did forget to grab my scissors. Hang on a minute. So we're going to be doing some fussy cutting, and I'm going to need snips. And I didn't bring them over with me. Okay. There we are. Snips and a bone folder. All right, so we have a thick basic white card base, and it is cut 11 inches by 4 1/4. We're going to fold it on the 5.5 inch line here that I had scored earlier. And we're just going to, where are you going, Tucky? Tucker's here to visit. Here, let's say hi to everybody before you run off. This is Tucker. He come by to say happy Thanksgiving. Oh my God. Happy St. Patrick's Day. He's being a cute, sad little boy. All right, you can get in your bed. Go sleep. All right. So there's our card base. Then I have a piece of that bubble bath, and that's cut 2 1/8 by 5 1/4, and that's going to layer there. But we're going to run it through our embossing folder first. And I have die cut a rectangle. This is from the online exclusive die set. I die cut with the Radiating Stitches dies. And that layer there. And then I have a scrap for my flower, because we are going to fussy cut that out. And let's get our piece here. So we are going to emboss this. And that is done with the online exclusive. Where did I put that? Ah, here it is. It's called Fun Patterns Embossing Folders. It's a twofer. So you get this one here with this diamond pattern. I don't know if I can show it better that way. You can see the pattern on it. And then there's also this, looks like little daisies. Oh, come on, focus. There it is. So it's these little fun daisies. So we're using the diamond pattern. So I'll set that aside. And I need this one and number 1. Because it's a regular embossing folder, not a 3D. So I'm just going to open that up. I'm going to get that in there straight. Like so. Number 1, number 3. Bring up our baby boss. I love these minis because they work with the baby boss. Okay, so we're done with that. So look at that pretty pattern we have there. See how pretty that is? Just adds a little extra something to our card. All right, so we get our adhesive here. This end. Okay, and now we're just going to line this up on the left edge. You want to make sure you have an even border on all 3 sides, like so. And there's that. All right, next I've got this big palm fronds. Just see that stamp there? Pretty good size stamp. And because it's a large stamp, I do have my Stampin' Pierce mat just to make sure it inks up nicely. And we're going to use our soft seafoam ink pad. If I can find what I did with my ink pads here. All right, so we have soft seafoam. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink that up really well. And I chose the soft seafoam because it's a nice pale spring green. Probably Granny Apple Green would work really well, but I didn't want to go that bright. But with that bubble bath, it probably would work fine if you wanted a more bright palm frond. All right, so now we're just going to stamp this into our rectangle here. And do our best to get it in the center. It doesn't have to be spot on perfect, but make sure we get a good impression. And there we have it. That worked pretty well. I'm going to keep that close by because we do use it again on another card. All right, so for this, before I get too carried away, let me bring in my card base again. We want to do our sentiment, He is Risen. And for that, we're using our Memento Black. And where is He is Risen? So again, ink that up. And that's going to go in the right bottom corner. right, so we're going to get that nice and straight. Hopefully we can. And that's going to go right down here in this corner. Like so. Nope. Okay. Now we can set that aside with our palm frond, and we're going to bring in our scrap. And for that, we need our lily. And again, I'm using our black memento. And this is when you really do wish you had the dies, but again, not necessary. It's not a hard, fussy cut shape. It really isn't. It's not bad at all. It's actually quite simple to cut this particular shape out. I mean, even I could do it. Was it my best friend to do? No, of course not. I would rather do most anything than fussy cut, but you know, some things are just necessary to do. Okay, so then I have my bubble bath blends. I have the light and the dark. And of course, we have Wink of Stella because everything is better with Wink of Stella. We all agree on that. So I'm going to take my light bubble bath, and I'm actually just doing the center, and I'm just kind of like flicking that color at the base of all these petals. Like so. Take the dark, and I'm actually going to use the bullet, and I'm just going to go in that center and add a little bit of depth. Like so. Then, of course, to finish that off, I have my Wink of Stella, and we're just going to go do that center. Like so. Then we just begin the fussy cutting process. And so you don't have to watch all that, I did one ahead. So there it is. So set that aside. Bring back our card base and our palm fronds. We need our dimensionals. And we're just going to add, I'd say 5. I like to put one in the center so we don't have a soggy center. Soggy centers are not good. Well, hello from New Zealand. So glad you could join us. Okay, so we're just going to set that about center-ish, like so. And then we're going to take our fussy cut flower, and we're not getting crazy here. Just one little dimensional right there in the middle. And that goes right there on that corner. And that seriously finishes this card right there. Easy peasy. So again, The dies come in on April 15th or thereabouts. Easter will be over, but this set, like I said, is awesome for other things other than Easter. Anything uplifting, anybody who needs a little motivation, who needs a pick-me-up. These are great sentiments for that. And in the meantime, though, don't be afraid to fussy cut. It's really a simple shape to fussy cut. Like I said, even I, who despise fussy cutting, was able to fussy cut. All right. So there's that. Then the second card, no fussy cutting involved. We just used other shapes. So in this particular case, we used our circle shapes, which came from... Oh my goodness, I just made a mess. Everything just went on the floor. Hang on a minute, folks, because that all just went on the floor, and everything we need to make our future cards here went with it. Good gravy. Okay. I think we got everything. I'm telling you. All right. So we are using the Everyday Details dies. These are found in the mini catalog, and they are awesome. I'm finding myself reaching for these a lot. I love that dotted outline. I think they are so awesome. So for this one, let's see here. We have a thick basic white card base. This time it's cut 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And we're just going to go ahead and fold on that score line and press that out with our bone folder. Next, I have the largest stitched, dotted stitch, or I don't know what you want to call it, but the largest circle from that collection. I have a piece of Designer Series paper. I did cut that 3 inches by 3 inches to die cut. And I have another 3 by 3 piece of basic white. Again, we're going to stamp our sentiment and die cut. I have here a piece of twine. This is the boho blue from the In Color twine pack. Where did I put them? Over here. So this is the 2023 to 2025 In Color jute trim. And just like last week, I cut off a piece and then I unraveled it because I didn't want it to be as heavy and thick as that heavy jute is. So we just made it a little bit easier to work with is what we did. Okay, so we're going to start with our large circle that we've already got die cut here. Bring back our piercing mat to make sure we have good images. And I've got, again, those palm fronds, and I want my soft sea foam again. So we're using that soft sea foam. We're going to go ahead and ink that up. It's in the mini catalog, Barb. I forget what page it's on, but it is actually a bundle. But like I said, the dies are currently on back order until the 15th. But the stamp set is still available. It's $24. I went ahead and got it because I wanted it for Easter, and I wasn't going to wait for the dies to come in. I mean, it is, you do save 10% if you buy them together, but I didn't want to wait, so I just bought it. And I probably will not even bother getting the dies. I might. I shouldn't say that because I might. honestly, I have found that I can use them without the dies. All right, next up, I have here these little buds. They're little 2 buds here. So I'm going to bring in Berry Burst. And we're going to ink that up in the Berry Burst. And let's see. I want to do that. That goes about like so. Oh no. Is everybody else seeing everything okay? Because I see Deb lost the feed. Hopefully it's not on this end. I know there's a storm coming. We're in a storm watch right now. Or winter storm warning, I guess is what it is. But I wasn't able to get Facebook to... I'll try one more time. Okay, next we've got the big lily, and we're going to ink that up now. No, it's still not going to let me onto Facebook. I don't know what's going on there. All right, this one is where I kind of played a little bit with my lining up. I got to bring this down so I can see it a little better. All right, it's distracting. I tried to keep the stem in with the stamens of the flower so it didn't look too messy. And I got that right between the 2 buds. So let me see if I can't do that again. About like so. See how you're able to overlap them without them looking too horribly messy. Yeah, I heard that. I'm not amused, Sue. Not amused. Just in time for me to go back to work. I was like, ugh. So it's always fun to drive in that stuff, especially when you have crazy people on the road. And I always find the crazy people. All right, so that will go right about there-ish. All right, next, I am going to go ahead and die cut my pieces here. So again, using the Everyday Details dies, I need this one here for our Designer Series paper, and this one here will be for, right? Yes, our sentiment. So we're going to get all this out of the way here. Bring back the baby boss. Let's put this one through. Which this is the, oh my goodness. I can tell you, hang on. It is from the Poetic Expressions, also found in the mini catalog. Okay, so there's our designer paper. And now we want to cut our basic white. Actually, you know what? Let's stamp this first. And then we'll cut it. Okay, let's bring back this here. And we want our stamp that says, "Peace I give unto you." And we're going to use boho blue for that. It's one of my favorite blues. I will be sad next year when that goes away. We at least have it for one more year. So, peace I give unto you, like so. Okay, and then this, let's close that up. Bring in a little piece of that Post-it tape that keeps everything nice and centered so it doesn't move around on me. Bring back that Baby Boss. Run it through. And there it is. Okay, we'll put these back in the package here so they don't get lost. I can't tell you how many dies I chased underneath my craft table over on the other side of the room there where I was designing today, because I was making retirement cards for our administrator for the nursing home. He's retiring at the end of the month, and I was asked to make his cards. Well, cutting all those little pieces out, and of course I keep dropping them, and under the table they would go. So I was crawling on the under the oh, what a deal. I don't advise having to crawl under the table, especially over the age of 50. Just saying. Okay, so this is going to go up here in this here corner, so we're going to add a little adhesive. And I'd like to keep that pattern going up and down. That is like little tiny country hearts is what they look like. Going up and down. Totally reminds me of like 90s wallpaper when I had like blue and mauve in my kitchen, and it was like my favorite. I loved blue and mauve. Anybody else have blue and mauve in their kitchen back in the 90s? Or was I like the only one that was hooked? There's that. All right, and then the piece I give unto you, I am going to use a couple of dimensionals. Oh, we have one of them little peskies still stuck in. There we go. Oh, you had it in your dining room? I loved that combination. I still kind of do, but it's not in my house no more. I went more of a primitive. So I've got more neutral colors now, but back then I just loved blue and mauve. Country blue. It wasn't just any old blue. It was this country blue, which is boho blue. It was my thing. Oh, you've got a white kitchen? That would definitely brighten it up. I'm very fortunate. My kitchen, dining room, living room are all open, and I have lots of windows and the sliding glass doors. So I have lots of light that comes through. So I'm definitely blessed for that, I have to say. Because I do like having light come through. All right, need my glue dots. So we've made our little bow. Now we're gonna just grab a glue dot. And I'm gonna use my scissors to poke that off there. There we go. And kind of like right there where the blue and the white kind of cross, we're just going to stick our little bow. All right, and that completes card number 2. Again, no dies related to the set. Again, they will be back in about the 15th-ish of April, but you can definitely use this without the dies. So no fretting. I see so many people get so upset over dies being on back order. Yes, they are nice to have. Yes, they are convenient. Yes, I don't like the fussy cut, but there are ways around it. No need to get so upset over such things. Okay, our last card. This one says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. And we have here a bubble bath card base. And this is cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 and 3 1/4. So we have we are making a book binding card. And then we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. And eventually it will open like so. But we got a little bit to go. All right. So I have 2 more pieces of Designer Series paper. This is also from the same paper pack. This is the Poetic Expressions. It has the nice Eastery pastel-y colors that I liked. So that's why I went there. This one, again, reminds me of the mauve and blue that I used to have in my kitchen. But this is Moody Mauve. But it has little bits of bubble bath in there. So that's why we have a bubble bath card base. I thought that would help pull that out. And it does make the Moody Mauve really pop. So I was really happy with these colors. So we're just going to go ahead and add a little adhesive. This strip measures 5 1/4 by 3/4 inches wide. And that's going to go over here on this little edge, like so. And then, of course, this is 3 inches by 5 1/4. And oh, hey, Sherry, glad you could join us. All right, so now we're just going to get this all lined up here on this edge. Like so. All right. Next, I need my twine. I've got the Basics Baker's Twine Essentials pack. We're going to use the basic white. I did have to open this pack just for the basic white. I ran out of basic white when I made this card. And I still have all the other colors in my original pack. So, what? Now I gotta find. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to wrap this twine around twice. Get everything over into there. And I found my tweezers. I've been using my other tweezers because I haven't been able to find these tweezers in probably, I don't even know how long they've been missing. I found them in my purse. How they got to my purse, why they were in my purse is beyond me. And if anybody can remember me going anywhere to do a craft anything where I took my tweezers, because I have no flippin' clue how they ended up in my purse. But they were there. I mean, it's probably, I bet you they've been missing for about a year, at least. Okay, now we're just going to trim our tails a little bit here. Like so. All right, now I'm just going to make sure that they're spaced. And then we're going to come back inside. Add some adhesive on either side of that twine. All righty. And now we seal it. Sealed. So now we have our little ribbon there. All right. Set that aside. Now I have a scrap piece of basic white. Actually, a couple pieces of scrap. Oh, actually, no. I have a scrap. And then I have here, this is the stitched square from the Stitched Shapes dies. This is, I believe, the second largest. I'll tell you. Yes, it's the second largest from the Stitched Shapes. And now we need our sentiment. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And our little mat. We need Moody Mauve. I'll try to get this straight. Okay, here we go. Not bad. All right. So for this, we are going to use dimensionals. Like I said, no saggy center, so we want to use a 5th one in there. Bring back our card. And that'll go right about center of this panel here. Okay. Next, I have my scrap. I have my basic, or my Memento Black. And this time we're using, where did I put it? This little bud here. It's like an opening. Like so. Clean this off. Okay, now we need to have soft seafoam, and I have the light moody mauve and the dark bubble bath are my colors. Let's put that back. Okay, so we're going to start with our soft seafoam. I'm going to start with the light. And I'm just going to go ahead and just flood it all with color. All of the leafy area. And the stem. Just flooded with color. All right. Then I'm going to take the dark. And I'm just going to add like where the hash marks are. I'm just going to go in and just add. And like down in here where you expect it to be shadowed and darker due to the shadow. And that's all I'm doing for that. Now for the flower, I'm going to take that dark bubble bath. And once again, just like I did with the stem and the leaves, I'm just going to flood it with some color. And I'm going to take the light moody mauve. I can't speak. And we're just going to add where those hashes are and where you would expect, again, some shadowed, darkened areas. And then I'm going to take that light bubble bath and blend it out. Pretty cool. All right. Once again, we're going to fussy cut. But again, it's not a bad shape to fussy cut. And if you could easily take this design and totally remove this element and take that little heart from the Radiant Stitches dies. That's an online exclusive. Cut out that heart and totally leave out this fussy cutting altogether if you wanted to. You could actually not use the image if you preferred to just do a heart. Because wouldn't a heart be perfect for this sentiment? Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And then you would have a little heart there. And I was tempted to do that, but the whole point of this class is to show you that if I can fussy cut, anybody can, being those dies are not available right now. And I am all thumbs tonight. Okay. Let's cut that right off there. Being it's not going to cooperate with me, we're just going to get rid of it. I try to keep a little bit of a white border. That does help kind of mask any mistakes. Well, hello from Tennessee. Hey, Kate, glad you could make it. I'm glad I'm not the only one looking for stupid tweezers. I can't, but how they got in my purse is beyond me. The sentiment is from the stamp set called Easter Lilies. And again, this is found in our mini catalog. It is an actual bundle. Oh, I totally get that. Totally get that. And like I said, I'm not a fan of it by any means. That's why doing these other shapes, like I said, you could actually replace that shape with a heart and not even have to deal with the shape, but you have your sentiment. And actually in the Netherlands, you might actually still have your die set available. It might still be a bundle there. Here in the US, our dies are on back order until April. But anyways, Kay, the sentiment is from the Easter Lilies, found in the new mini catalog. So, like I said, it is a bundle if when the dies are available, but the dies are currently on back order until April, about April 19th. They're figuring, which Easter's over by then. That's why I wanted to still show the stamp set. The stamp set itself is $24. And again, I've been playing with it without the dies all day. Hello, Anne from Tennessee. So glad you could make it. All righty. So to finish our card, we're going to take our little lily that we did fussy cut. And all I'm going to do is just add a little adhesive to it. And we're just going to lay it there. Then to finish it off, I have some basic rhinestones. We're just going to take your pick tool in, and we're going to pick out 3 of these pretty little gems. And we're just going to add them like so. And there is card number 3. Well, thank you, ladies. Oh, you got it as a pre-order? Yeah, I was slow on the draw. Slow on the draw. So there is the Trust in the Lord with All Your Heart. And I love that one myself. Okay, it's one of my favorites for sure. So I say it's more than a Easter set. It's one of those sets you're going to reach for often, especially if there's anybody that you just need to send something just to let them know. But you're thinking of them, that they need a little boost. Here's card number 2 that we did. This is Peace I Give Unto You. Another one that, again, can go well beyond Easter. And then, of course, He is Risen. Oh, you like my shamrock hair piece? Thank you very much. I was doing the whole St. Patrick's thing. I got my little leprechaun hat earrings on. I'm wearing my Shenanigans t-shirt. Well, thank you, Miss Sue. I am so glad you like them. You are welcome, Marlene. I thank you so much for coming to hang out. Well, ladies, I do appreciate each and every one of you for coming to hang out with me this evening and taking time out of your lovely Sunday. I thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so glad to see you all. And I hope you all enjoyed tonight's cards. Thank you, Barb. Thank you so much. And I would like to wish you all a wonderful rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. And I will see you next Sunday, God willing. Have a great night, guys. Bye for now.